Welcome back to Freedom Planet. In this stage, this episode, we'll be showing off Milla and her unique stage Aqua Tunnel. Milla is a very weird character. She only has 4 max hit points. She flies kind of like Tails, or it's more of a hover. She can dig into the ground, although it usually indicates with a down and B on the thing below her powers, which you can materialize this block, throw it at things, or you can make a little laser, or you can combine the two into a gigantic laser. The block you can actually use to pick up stationary objects in the stage too, which is kind of a neat little thing. Aqua Tunnel reminds me a lot of Hydrocity Zone in Sonic 3. Although it's a bit more laid back, not as much focused on the speed, probably because it's a Milla based level. Although I think Spade is getting this level too, from what I saw in his trailer. Also, speaking of trailers, oh my gosh, Freedom Planet 2! That was just announced on Christmas. It looks so nice. I've only seen a couple of the sprites in the trailer, but oh my gosh. They've even got Christopher Sabat doing stuff. That's really cool. I'm so hyped. Oh, sorry. I should probably talk about the stage. There's a fair bit of water sections, although there's hidden water shields all over the place, such as above that area, if you go with that. Now Milla, I am not big on using Milla, although you can use her beam to actually propel herself forward. It's really nice, actually. These little gelatin blobs kind of just push you up. There's a few annoying enemies, but generally they're not too offensive. Oh, and her beam can actually be used as a shield. As you saw for a second, it became like a shield. Yeah, you can actually reflect things or block things entirely. Milla's a very precise character. You need to know what you're doing with her before you really master her. I have not, which probably shows in the classic run I did recently. I had like 40 deaths. She swims faster, I think, than Lilac and Carol, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Nice little doggy paddle, though. There's a lot to this area that just, yeah, it screams Hydrocity to me, but maybe you see something different. I mean, it's also kind of a sewer, too, and I actually really like the aesthetics. Like, it looks really nice, like most of the other stages in the game. Now, as of this recording, I know how to fight the bosses in this stage a lot better than I do here. This guy, you need to push his antennae thingy into his mouth when he opens it. But yeah, don't let him like leave it open for long. Also, if you hit him with a harder beam, it actually stays in for multiple hits. The second area isn't too bad. It's more, there's a lot more pipes. Also, even though, you know, the beam thing can be used for speed, I don't think you want to use Milla for speed runs, unless you know how to abuse certain levels, like Thermal Base. Usually when you're speedrunning, you want to use Lilac. She's the best suited for it. I hate when I jump too early. So how was your guys' Christmas? Mine was I couldn't go back to my either of my family's places, my mom or my dad's. So it was kind of a depressing, lonely Christmas because all my friends had gone home too. You know, just sitting in this dorm. Although the guy who runs our dorm did make us a Christmas dinner, so that was actually really nice of him. The few of us who stayed. Though I don't really know that many of the people who actually stayed. I did chat with him for a little bit. This section's pretty vertical, as you can see. It's your basic platforming fare. Oh, I forgot to mention during the water segments, you cannot materialize blocks underwater. I do not know why. Please ask Galaxy Trail, not me. I'm still wondering about story mode. They did release a beta of Torque, but problem is I can't use my controller on it. It's really awkward for me to control Torque with my keyboard, so sorry about no footage. I'm gonna wait until he's actually in the game. The beta though, you just go through Steam and you hit activate betas and yeah, you can play around with him. He's fun, has a lot of Gunstar Hero-esque stuff. Now, what you're seeing here is me not knowing how to do the fight properly. I do now. You want to wait for one of these to fall and then throw that at him, because otherwise you can only damage him when his mouth's open. But with the bombs you can actually hurt him without doing that. See, as I attempted there. Actually, one of the slowest times you don't want to fight this guy this long. For some reason I thought the bombs were bad and I shouldn't use them. Oh well. I guess you get to see this guy's pattern in the open times where you can actually throw a cube into his mouth hitbox. So I guess you get to learn something. I guess. Overall, this stage isn't too long at all. You should be able to get the speedrunner achievement really easily if you're actually going through it really fast. And see, yeah, all you have to do is throw the bomb and boom, he gets hit pretty hard. With that, that was Aqua Tunnel. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned next week for, well, various things. You'll see what I mean next week. Signing out.